So the reception to the first video was way better than I expected it to be, and a ton of people commented saying that they wanted more, so here we go. I saw a few comments of people saying that this was a great way to revisit songs that they had forgotten about, and also a great way to discover new songs, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. And without further ado, here are 100 more of my favorite songs of all time, one song per artist, excluding all the musicians from the last video. Just a classic old school rap song. I have a ton of fond memories with this. Really chill, very mellow and cool.
I got $700 from my last show.
There's no way this is on streaming services because of all the ridiculous samples in this song. Action is one of a kind.
I'm a wild freak, his shorty with a child sleep, while a mother makes soup with the cow feet.
I do love the original too, but this version is like shockingly beautiful.
I'll be gone.
One of the most romantic songs I've ever heard.
I'm the good, the bad, the happy, the sad.
I love this song, especially within the context of the album. It's a cool way to open things up. A top-tier sing-along song for driving around with friends. I typically prefer their more chaotic stuff, but this is just way too pretty to pass up.
I have sprayed you into my eyes.
To the person that was mad that I didn't include them in the first video, this song was probably number 101 on my list. I am obsessed with weird voices, and this guy has one of the best examples of that.
I said one day, baby, with me, oh, baby.
I typically listen to their albums all the way through, rather than picking individual songs, but this one certainly stands out as top tier. Further evidence that I love really corny music.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why.
Definitely nostalgic for me, and the movie is one of my all-time favorites too.
And darling, stand by me.
Another top-tier example of a guy with a unique voice.
All we do for love, is it worth it?
Check out Great Songs You Might Not Know, Volume 4, for more info about this guy and his story.
Tall buildings shake, voices escape.
Really emotionally ambiguous, it can make me feel a wide array of different emotions.
Wonder this time where she's gone.
This is underground hip-hop's ultimate tag team.
Arrangement put you on the yacht, but they won't call it a slave ship. Strangeness, you don't control this.
This is one of those songs that was insanely popular, yes, but it felt valid and it never really got old for me.
Do you slide on all your nights like this?
Absolutely devastating.
Sleeping soundly with the record that she gave you close.
Super underrated when people talk about Coldplay's better music. It's been in every movie ever, but it's still fun pretty much every time it comes on.
It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator.
If you ever feel like rap isn't fun enough for you, go listen to these guys.
Yo, I'm in the building with Belding. Ask for whom the bell rings.
An all-time classic song.
Just for one day.
How hot of a take would it be if I said that I prefer this to Whitney's version? If you know, you know. This one may come as a shock, but I think Drake is at his best when he's being straightforward about making cool R&B-ish pop music.
Now you're trying to make me feel away on purpose.
Such insane flows and wordplay in this song.
On the road of cracking locks up off them bicycle racks. I'm indecisive, I'm scatterbrained, and I'm
Another one that barely didn't make the cut in the last video. It's hard to pick just one from him, but this track is just so sweet.
My gift is my song, and this one's for you.
Shout out to the grandfather of ambient music one time. This ticks all the boxes for nostalgia, fun, a cool little collab, etc.
Once said, tell me cool down, down, don't act a fool now. Always act a fool.
One of my favorite 80s songs ever.
Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to...
Something I haven't discussed enough on here is my obsession with one-hit wonders. An all-time great song / album right here. This one's super random, but I loved it when it came out, and I've never let it go. Every now and then, I'll go through a Sinatra phase, and this one always makes me smile.
Fly me to the moon, let me play.
I think I'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that doesn't like this song. Another super random track, but yeah, I've always felt an odd connection to it. More classic old-school hip-hop. I love this instrumental.
My mind is playing tricks on me.
I've heard it 1,000 times, and I'll still voluntarily listen to it 1,000 times more.
Does that make me crazy?
Remember how insane it was when this song came out? It's so iconic. I have no idea how this didn't make it into my first list, but I'm glad it's here now. An earworm if there ever was one. One of the most underrated hip-hop projects ever made, in my opinion. 100% nostalgia. Back when this came out, it was my ringback tone on my old flip phone.
Lights please, turn off the lights. For now, everything.
It was either this or Put It On Me, but Mesmerize came out on top.
Girl, your stare, those eyes.
Somehow very stressful and comforting, all at the same time.
What's done is done.
An all-time great storyteller.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
One of the most dynamic, talented people in the world.
It's like I'm powerful with a little bit of tender.
One of my favorite TDE anthems.
I'm ghetto, my Kool-Aid need more sugar, 5-star sweet.
Some of Kanye's best flows and lyrics ever, in my opinion.
Luxury rap, the Hermes of verses, sophisticated ignorance, write my curses in cursive.
Definitely my favorite version of this iconic song.
But you don't really care for music, do you?
My cheesy 80s obsession continues. One of the best to ever do it.
Take me home, country road.
An obvious choice, but a necessary one.
Imagine there's no country.
So much fun. I've been dancing around to this for half my life. Don't judge me, there are a couple of incredible pop songs on this album. Possibly the gentlest song I've ever heard.
Does he know?
My favorite track from one of my favorite musicals ever.
What a waste of a lovely night.
This has grown on me so much over time. I didn't love it at first, but now I can't get enough.
Oh, they bite you. That you said that you would always be in love.
Hauntingly beautiful.
Oh, it's such a perfect day.
Another pretty random track, but I've loved it for years.
All I ever do is think of you.
a classic hip-hop barbecue anthem.
I see the girls in the club, they getting wild for me, and all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me.
Such a strong performance lyrically and vocally. His live performance of this on Triple J is unreal.
You cower in the corner, corn fried and your father.
I think this is their creative peak. It just feels so perfect. Legendary is an understatement. That music video is great too, by the way.
Beep, beep, who got the keys to the Jeep?
I know the recency bias on these lists has been pretty strong, but come on, this is so good.
Still nobody wants me.
This instrumental combined with his flow is just unfair.
Sometimes I try to chill, mellow down, blow a smoke, smile on my face, but it's really no joke.
Nostalgic, fun to sing along to, and the list goes on.
To join the Black Parade.
Really cute. I love a bit of oldies every now and then.
Even more than anyone that you adore can love.
I saw this live, and it is one of the most enjoyable concert experiences I've ever had.
Now for 17 years I've been going in back.
Again, it's obvious, especially for this channel, but it's necessary.
What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling.
Her performing this on Tiny Desk made me fall in love with this whole project so hard. It is so warm and sweet.
The sun is going down when the dark is out to stay.
Arguably the best soundtrack for a movie ever made.
I am a man of...
Up there for one of my favorite romantic songs ever.
Baby, I love you every day.
Recency bias might be striking again, but I can't get enough of this song lately.
Sitting around and thinking all this morbid stuff.
Pusha-T just floats on this quirky, glorious little instrumental, and it is so satisfying to listen to.
Ballers, I put numbers on the boards. Hard to get a handle on his double-edged sword.
Big shout out to the king of comedy.
I'm gonna love you like no one's loved.
My favorite track from a truly great album.
Anything that's bad for me.
There's something so mind-blowing that this song really happened, and it's not just a figment of my imagination.
Now I know the joke tonight, thinking how.
The definition of beautiful.
No one knows me like the piano.
The definition of great music to dance to. One of my all-time favorite live performances.
You know I didn't trust a word that he hissed to me.
Probably a top 10, maybe top 25 song ever made.
I'm sailing right.
This is from another perfect soundtrack.
You kiss her
With a sigh.
I have listened to this an obnoxious amount of times since it came out. That chorus is the best.
I won't love anyone else on it.
More fun stuff from the 80s.
I've got to get away from the pain you drive.
Probably the third or fourth time I've brought this up on the channel, but it's worth it.
You'll find there's never any time for babes.
Great song and a wild music video to match.
In my shoes, walking sleep.
My favorite song from my favorite album of 2019.
You only like me when I do my tricks for you.
A super underrated Stevie track.
On from painful cries, away from sadness.
Another song that probably should have made the list in the first video, I'm sorry. So theatrical and dramatic, I absolutely love it. I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier is a stupid line, but this song is so good.
Yeah, don't you put me on the back burner.
Add this one to all of your chill little party and barbecue playlists, you will not regret it.
She want neo soul, cause hip hop is old. She don't want no rock and roll. She want
Yeah, this is the most basic pick from their discography, but it definitely means a whole lot to me. One of those songs that I always forget about, but I love getting reminded of it when it pops up in movies and TV. Such an unreal score, and arguably my favorite movie ever. I love Tyler, but I struggle picking individual songs from him that really connect with me. With that being said, this Rex feature is awesome.
Find some time to do something.
The creativity of this man is second to none.
You know that we players, we're paying them. She can't be my wife, I can't lay in them. Diamonds all black like I'm racist.
So yeah, those were 100 more of my favorite songs ever. If you guys want another video like that, feel free to comment down below, and thanks for watching. Thank you for watching that video. If you want to support the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media at RenshawHS. You can buy my merch, support my Patreon, and thank you again. I'll see you soon.